We're here at the Sochi Autodrom in Sochi, Russia, on a track that wends its way among the 2014 Olympic buildings. Here we are on the front straight, and you can see Lando Norris's pole lap on the upper left. It's nice to say that, Lando Norris's pole lap. And we go through this slight bend. This is a very long straight with heavy braking before we get to the metal plaza. And we take this sharp right turn that sort of bends the wrong way, and then it goes through this flat out constant radius left turn. I thought this would be more fun than it actually turned out to be, but it's being constant radius. It wasn't all that fun. You can see a ice facility on the left that was used for the Olympics, and then we go into this 90-degree right, which has a little bend after it. It's not very difficult here. Heavy braking for this right, and then we see the curling center on the left. An oddly interesting sport to me. And then another ice center on the right as we go through this area that we need to get right because it's before either the longest straight or the second longest straight on this track that gradually bends, and it's the second DRS zone in addition to the front straight. And we have to get this next turn right because it's a little bit blind going into it, and it's very tight, and then we immediately have to make a left. And then we can see the main grandstands along the main straight on the right. And then this another tricky turn here because we have to do a left and then an immediate right. And then we're getting to the end of the lap. We have a couple 90-degree turns left. And there's that. And then the pit entrance and then the last turn onto the front straight. So we got to get this right. And I got a 1 minute 38.464. Faster than Lando's time because he was on a wet track and this is a totally dry track. So this is my first time driving on the Sochi track, so that's why I picked F1 2020 for this, because they have a very accurate version of this track. And before this, I think one of my least favorite tracks was the Nürburgring GP track. For some reason, I just feel it. This kind of bends the wrong way everywhere, although it has a couple fun places. But this track seems to be, even though it's a permanent track, it just really feels like you're just accelerating, then braking, doing a 90-degree turn, accelerating, braking, another 90-degree turn. It just has very little character, very little terrain. And this has become my new least favorite track. And even the part I thought would be really fun, which is the flat-out carousel-like place around the metal rotunda, turns out just not to be that interesting. Because it's just, I mean, if it was like the Istanbul Turn 8, where, you know, it keeps bending and changing its bend, that's really fun and really interesting, but this one just doesn't. And so, I'm just not a big fan of this track.